beautiful earthlings. It is I, Christina, here at Fit and Bendy, and this video is for all of you who may be suffering from shoulder pain or worried about shoulder pain, something going on, and you just want to understand a little better how shoulders work, because they're very complex. There's a lot of moving parts. It's an intricate choreography, and these are the three things that I think are most important to understand about how shoulders work so that you can better understand what might be going on with your shoulders and address it more effectively. Let's get started. The first thing that you should know about your shoulders is that a shoulder isn't one joint, it's three joints. And the first joint, which we're not going to talk too much about, is the sternoclavicular joint. This is your sternum, and this is your clavicle, and they come together right here. And so if you feel your shoulder moving up and down, you can see that the clavicle moves from this joint. But there aren't a lot of muscles here that we need to worry about, so we're not going to worry about it too much. The second joint is the glenohumeral joint, which is the shoulder itself. The shoulder is a ball and socket joint, which means you've got the arm bone and a little socket right in the shoulder, and it rotates around and moves around in there. The glenohumeral joint, if I don't let anything else moves, has about this much range. So it definitely is pretty mobile, but it's not crazy mobile. It has its rotation forward, back, and side, right? The third joint is the scapula in the back, and the scapula has an enormous amount of range. Nothing attaches the scapula to your back except muscles. So the limitations are really only about the muscles of the upper back. And that leads us to part two of what you should know about your shoulders, which is that the majority of the muscles that attach your arm to your body attach to the scapula. They don't attach to the body itself. There are only two that attach the arm to the body, your pec and your lats. The rest of them only attach to the scapula. So these beautiful deltoids, they can get really nice and buff. Your rotator cuff, you can strengthen those muscles all day, but if you don't have good control and stability in your upper back for your scapula, it is not going to give you the stability you need because that muscle is pulling and attached to an unstable surface, which leads to part three, the awareness of the movement in your scapula. Scapula can do a lot of different things. They can go up and down. They can go in and out. They can go forward and back, and they can rotate like a bird getting ready to fly. And with all of that movement, it's very important to have good control and awareness of the position of your scapula because it obviously has a huge effect on how your shoulder is functioning. So for instance, if your scapula are stuck in this forward hunched position, you don't have a lot of control and you try to bring your arm up over your head, you're trying to use the glenohumeral joint to do a scapula job. And that can create a lot of problems and very common cause of shoulder pain and what's called shoulder impingement, where this joint gets pinchy. And if you've ever had it, you know it's something you'd prefer to avoid. So the purpose of this video is just to give you a little bit more information to explore what's going on in your shoulders and hopefully encourage you to spend a little bit more time thinking about your scapula and your upper back muscles. We do have a lot of videos to help you with that. So if you look at our links below, we have a lot of shoulder workouts that get into all the details of the rotator cuff and the scapular movement. And so if you like this, please like and subscribe and follow us for all the nerdy mobility info your heart could possibly desire. Thank you so much, everybody. Happy bendings.